What the heck happened? What's going on YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, freaking out. Yeah. So I'm freaking out because PlayStation. Yeah, they just had their conference. Sony. I think a lot of people are freaking out like me right now. Oh my god, there was so much stuff that was so good. Oh god, you have no idea. I'm like, I still can't believe how much good stuff they revealed in such a short time. Also, it's crazy. It's unbelievable how much they revealed within that hour and 15 minutes or so. Oh my god, I am still flipping out. Like, oh god, such short time and yet so much was shown. I'm so freaked out. So I guess I might as well go into it. So for those that do not know, yes, Sony had their conference today, just not that long ago, and many people were freaking out like myself because a lot of stuff that people were really hyped for and had no expectations of happening, or things that people were, got revealed. For starters, God of War is getting their game, another game. That's crazy. Personally, I think that the kid actually might be young Kratos. People are saying that he looks like he could be the son of Kratos. Personally, I'm guessing this might be a prequel, because the thing is that the father doesn't look like him, and also it says like this may be a new beginning, and so it sort of sounds like maybe this is a new beginning for Kratos, and Kratos might be the young kid, and maybe he'll grow into an older Kratos, or a Kratos based off of the Norse myth, rather, because that's what people have been talking about it being based around, and they definitely showed it here. It was really cool though, the whole entire trailer show, the whole entire gameplay sequence that they showed off with that, which people were like, oh my god, they're really doing a God of War game. Oh my god, and it looked great. It looked really, really great. It looked beautiful. I mean, oh my god, it really, really did a lot of things that it needed to do. Because the last God of War game that they made didn't do that great, and it was kind of like a random spin-off one that didn't do as well as like the numbered ones, 1, 2, and 3. But oh my god, this looks amazing. So yeah, that was exciting. The one game, then after that they showed off a game that is brand new. It's called Days Gone, and at the very end of the actual press conference, they actually showed gameplay of it, which actually looks really, really cool, and it was really insane how they did it. And I was like, I wasn't sure if I was really interested with like the trailer that they started with, because I actually, when I saw the trailer, I was like, this looks good, but I don't really care as much. But then when I saw the game, I was like, this is actually really cool. I actually really like this. And it's also like a zombie-based game, but it looks really good. I'm like, oh. I mean, so many things were announced that were so good. The Last Guardian, a game that's taken 10 years for them to finally set a release date and know that people are able to play it, is coming out October of this year. That was shown, plus new gameplay and new footage. I mean, that game's 10 years. That game has been in development for 10 years. Think about that. Since 2006, The Last Guardian? Like, what? Then there was Horizon Zero Dawn, which was the game that showed up last E3, and that game looked amazing, and people were really hyped about that. They showed physical gameplay. Oh my god, that game looked amazing, even more so than it did last year. I don't even know what to say. I'm like so freaked out. It's like, how crazy can you get this year with Sony? I mean, wow. Oh, I'm so freaked out. Then they had this game that kind of looks like a Terminator-ass game called Detroit Human. No, Detroit Become Human, and there's like a whole bunch of reasons why I feel like it kind of represents it. Is because like there's a character named Connor who's supposed to be an android and all that stuff, and they're all supposed to be robotic, and it just in general seems like it's kind of mirroring Terminator in some regard, but it still looks cool. What else was there? I'm just trying to remember myself now, just so that I can do it in a reasonable order. Then there was the big announcement that a lot of people were really surprised about, which was exciting because they haven't done a major mainstream title for 4 years now, apparently. and that is Resident Evil 7 is coming out, which that trailer was scary as I mean, it was gameplay sort of, but it was scary as ever. I really do feel like a lot of people were really freaked out when they saw it because it was scary. Like, I mean, it was dark, it was grim. I mean, yeah. If you wanted to like be freaked out, like, believe me, my heart was racing during the Resident Evil 7 trailer. Oh my god, but it was so good though. It was so good. Like, you have no idea. Oh, I mean, the last one was 4 years ago. About the last numbered one, not the last like kind of spin-off one. Still crazy stuff. So that's crazy. And then after that, they announced the PlayStation VR, which is something that people were expecting, of course, because, Xbox has their VR thing going on. Now it's PlayStation. All we need is Nintendo, and then everyone has VR, which I doubt that Nintendo is going to announce anything for VR, but maybe we'll see something in the future. We'll have to wait and see. But personally, I would say that, yes, Nintendo should probably step up their game in that way, because VR definitely seems to be something where all these companies are focusing towards it. If Nintendo falls behind, it's not good. And also because Nintendo has so many properties that they could take advantage of. I don't see why they haven't done it yet. So that is something to obviously note. The next thing that and it's going to cost $400, which is just about right. I mean, the PlayStation 4 originally cost $400. It's like 300 something now. And the thing is that it's like, oh yeah, I want to buy like 2 PlayStation 4s basically. Like, I don't know. I mean, hopefully they'll do something smart, like, buy the PS4 and then you can get VR free or something like that. That would at least be smart. I doubt they'll do that, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, maybe. You never know. I actually wouldn't be surprised if I'm right, or like get it half off or something. Like when it releases later this year. They also revealed a whole bunch of games that are going to be available for VR, because there's going to be 50 plus games that are going to be available early on, plus some that haven't even been announced. But like the ones that they started off with was like Farpoint, which I don't really remember that well from what I remember seeing. Then there was Star Wars Battlefront, X-Wing VR mission, which looked really cool. And then the last one, I believe it was one that everyone was like, are you serious? Because you heard the voice and you're just like, that sounds so... I believe when I heard the voice, I was like, that sounds so familiar. And that was the Batman Arkham VR trailer, which had the voice of Mark Hamill voicing Joker. And, his voice as the Joker is so iconic, so it was just so cool hearing the trailer and just being like, oh my god, they're doing a Batman VR. Like, everyone was freaking out by that. I mean, obviously we didn't see any gameplay of it, but we got to see the voice, we got to see the mask. I mean, it was so cool, and people were very hyped about that, so that's really, really, really cool. I'm freaking out still, if you haven't already noticed. Then we got Final Fantasy 15 trailer, which is also going to be supported by VR, which is cool, with the VR experience. And then we got the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which I think might also have VR availability. I'm not 100% sure. It looked interesting. It looked pretty cool. Then we got something that many people were freaking out about, including myself. Crash is returning. In remasters, though. That's not bad, believe me. He's going to be in, they're going to do remastered versions of Crash 1, Crash 2, and Warped, which is cool, as well as putting him in the new Skylanders game, which makes complete sense. And he looks so cool in it. Like, he looks so realistic and so lifelike. Like, he has, textured fur and everything. I mean, oh my god, he looked amazing. And there were so many, little references to him and his characters and everything. I mean, it was cool, and the stage was set up so perfectly for that. I mean, that was crazy. Then we got the Lego Force Awakens stuff, which was expected. That's cool, of course. Then we got the SpiderMan confirmation being a game coming out, which personally, I'll say this much right now, didn't really love the logo too much. Not really too big of a spider. I think that the spider should have been a lot smaller, because I think that it's way too big and it stood out way too much. and or it didn't even have to be like that much smaller, but it went out a little bit too far, I feel. But it looked good. Like, the game itself looked good. Like, that's great. That's what I wanted to see, because, you know, recent Spider-Man games have been like with the Amazing Spider-Man stuff, but like this looked great. Then we ended up getting oh yeah, the one thing I forgot to say, Kojima said, "I'm back," which is pretty crazy. And he's creating this game called Death Stranding. I mean, wow, so many things in so little time, and that one looked cool too. I mean, you have no idea how freaked out I am by everything, because like, this was so amazing. Like, Sony so far has won. Like, there's no way I can say otherwise. Like, Sony has won. I think most people are agreeing right now. Sony has won. Sony has won. Could Nintendo step it up in some way and do something amazing? Maybe, but I doubt they're gonna top Sony with their announcements, which are still freaking everyone out, including myself. I am so... Oh my god. I'm so freaked out. You have no idea. So anyway, I would love to know your guys' opinions. Are you freaked out like me? Are you going nuts, like just amazed at all these announcements, or are you not? I would love to know. I'm still freaking out, clearly. But again, this has been Crazy Samurai 71. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think of all this stuff, and are you guys hyped like I am to the point that that I'm going nuts now? Tell me all that in the comments, because I am in that mindset. So yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Bye bye.